Today I'm going to be talking about 100 Meters, the anime. Um, this was a pretty great movie. Let's just start about what it was about. It was about two kids, Togashi and Komiya. Yep, Komiya. And basically, it's about this kid Komiya and this kid Togashi. One of them is a very talented runner, and the other is someone who's horrible at running but uses it as an escape. Um, to deal with his, like, I guess he has some mental problems, mental health issues, and even as a child he deals with being shy and having anxiety, and I guess being a loner was one of his reasons. But he was running to escape this reality, and basically Togashi sees this as an opportunity to teach Komiya how to run faster, and how to deal with stuff using running as an escape. And so um I remember specifically he said the person who can run the 100-meter dash the fastest doesn't have to worry about, like, anything because he's the fastest. He doesn't have to worry about nothing apparently. But yeah, so going through this movie, at first I really thought it was like Ping Pong the animation. If anyone's seen that here, basically, um, it followed kind of a similar uh structure. The talented kid versus the one that works hard. The talented kid being Togashi, and the one that works hard being Komiya. And basically throughout, uh I guess it starts off Togashi rinsing his bitch ass every race. They didn't race that many times, but basically he's by far the fastest, a talented kid, winning championships, all that. They get to high school, and Togashi kind of is having some trouble with his mental at this point. He's thinking of quitting, even running in general. He's not really understanding what he runs for, stuff like that. Eventually, the two race again in high school after Komiya's gone through his training arc, and he, you know, I shouldn't spoil it, but basically he beats his bitch ass. Um, so it's kind of I felt that for similar to Ping Pong animation. Talented kid gets beat by the kid who worked hard, and yeah, I mean he slowly the talented kid has to build his way back up to the top. Um, it kind of shows a quick little time skip. They go to the end where they become pros basically after that loss in high school at nationals. They skip to the pros, and yeah, basically, uh Togashi's on his last leg. He's getting shit on. He's about to get cut from the pros. He's about to lose his contract. He barely just squeaks by. On the other hand, Komiya, the kid who worked hard, he's fucking clearing shit. He's the one who's supposed to be the next fastest, the most promising runner, basically. And so that's just a general guideline of what's happening in the story. Komiya deals with mental health issues, anxiety, and it kind of shows kind of what kind of issues these athletes go through. You know what I'm saying? Some professional athletes deal with some mental health stuff, and usually it's not really people don't really come out and talk about it, but that's just how it is in this story. So um yeah, basically, um I think the story was great. I think everything was great. I just didn't feel anything at the end of the day for some reason about this. Maybe it's because I'm not a professional athlete or anything. Maybe because I'm a L athlete in real life. But I didn't feel anything particularly about this movie. It was just a good movie. I could just see that it was a good movie, and it dealt with stuff like anxiety and mental health, which was great. It was a great movie. Once Komiya got over his anxiety, at least, which came from an injury, but he had a lot of anxiety issues, and he did get over it and become one of the fastest runners because he got over it. But he still did deal with some, you know, what is the point of this all type of mental issues. You know what I'm saying? What is the point of running? What is the point of doing all that I've done? What is the point of working so hard to break these records? It doesn't mean anything. That's what he felt at the very before the very last race. He felt some sort of emotions towards this, but linking back up with Togashi after their high school 10-year gap or whatever, you know, Togashi tells him, just the hard work that you put into it. That's what matters, you know. And that's gonna resonate with a lot of people. The hard work you put into something, it's not always about the destination, it's about the journey. You know what I'm saying? Um Ultimately it was a great story, it was a great story, and I wish I did feel more emotions toward it, but I just didn't simply. But the end I did feel something, you know what I'm saying? It had good vibes, ping pong animation vibes. The end of the movie was a great, I guess, put it up to your own interpretation moment. Um, I think it was a great ending for this movie. I kind of wish it was. I mean, it did feel kind of long, but I kind of wish it was a longer story. I guess that's about it. I mean, they could have like dragged the elementary phase or the high school phase a little longer, but they did quickly just skim by everything. It feels like, but that's okay. You know, that's okay. You can't make every movie. You can't make every anime like a fucking 24 episode season. I understand. I understand. I think I heard that this is made by the same creators of Orb on the Movements of the Earth, which, if anyone's seen my first ever video on the channel, I fucking hate that anime. I'm sorry. I know everyone loves it. I just don't like that anime, and it's good to see a dub from this author for me. Um, but yeah, it was a good movie. I just didn't feel any. I didn't feel anything towards it, which was the only thing I have about it that I was iffy about. But that's about it. The again, the anxiety and mental health issues. I'm very happy to see an anime cover these type of topics. I don't think this is seen much in animes. Sports animes always have something. They always have something magical deep within them. I really do love sports animes. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite is Haikyuu or Ping Pong the animation. But yeah. I mean, there's a but Ippo is a great one. Every single sports anime to me, except for Kuroko no Basket, whatever the fuck the name was. I hate that one. But other than that, I do love most sports animes. So I think there's another running one, uh, something about the wind or some shit. I forget, but maybe I'll check that out. I'm not the biggest running fan, but I mean, it was cool to just see how these people go about it. A W for the track and field fans out there. A W for running people out there. If you like running. So yeah, if you're a track and field fan, if you enjoy running, this is the show for you, obviously. But also, even if you don't enjoy sports like that, you can still watch this and enjoy. It's an hour and 40. It's pretty decent. Talks about mental health, anxiety, stuff like that for athletes especially, and setbacks. So I mean, it's pretty. It feels like generic topics, but it's not really for anime. Like I mean, at least with the mental health stuff, it's not really. But yeah, thanks for watching. 100 meters, the anime, pretty decent, pretty good. I enjoyed the movie, and yeah, have a nice day.